this one's gonna be a little different because I'm gonna be precepting and shit. It's gonna be me talking about what's going on in this fucked up world. Alright, so look, this shit right here says the African Native American genealogy blog, reflecting the lives of blended families from African and Native American families. Alright, we're gonna debunk all this bullshit right here. Now look, right here it says family of Randall Butler, Choctaw freedmen, honoring Choctaw freedmen families. In April 1899, Randall Butler appeared on behalf of his family to enroll his family as Choctaw freedmen. Alright, we're gonna stop that shit right there. Right there. Why? Because we're going right up in here. And we're going to look on the dolls roll thing. And it tells you about these things. Alright, now look. Right here. I'm going to turn it for y'all. My bad. Alright, it says blood quantum, freedmen, intermarriage, and adopted citizens. Tribal associations are listed by... Tribal associations are listed as by blood, intermarriage, or freedmen. Intermarriage means the person was married to a citizen of the tribe. You may also see IW for intermarried white or A for adopted. Freedmen are individuals who were formerly enslaved by one of the 5 tribes. The term is also used to describe their descendants. Although there was intermarriage between blacks and Indians, the Dawes Commission enrolled people of mixed heritage as freedmen. The Dawes Commission enrolled people of mixed heritage as freedmen. Hold on, let me take this thing out so y'all can see that. It says the Dawes Commission enrolled people of mixed heritage as freedmen. So when you go back to right here, let me see, where was we at? Come right here. So when you come right here, she said, in April 1899, Randall Butler appeared on behalf of his family to enroll his family as Choctaw freedmen. Well, that's not the truth, because we just read that the Dawes Commission enrolled people of mixed heritage as freedmen. Right? Is that what we just read? Is it not? I don't know. I have a bad memory, so let's go check and see that shit one more time. The Dawes Commission enrolled people of mixed heritage as freedmen. Now, this guy right here is Choctaw and white. So that's probably why he's on the freedmen's list. And on top of, yeah, he was a slave as well. But we're going to get into that shit in a little bit. But you see, it says the Dawes Commission enrolled people of mixed heritage as freedmen and indicated no blood relation to the tribal nation. Then right here it says learn about more freedmen history. That should probably say learn more about freedmen history. That is a tongue twister. But so yeah, that's that right there. Let's get back into what this lady was talking about. Alright, it says he resided in the town of Harris, Indian Territory, and lived in Red River County. He represented himself, his wife, Lavinia, and his sons, Joe, Johnny, Earl, Ollie, and Francis. He was 49 years old at the time. He had been born in the Choctaw Nation. And he and his family were all enslaved by Choctaw Chief Peter Pitchlynn. That's also his uncle, Peter Pitchlynn. Let me see. He was 49 years old at the time, and he had been born in the Choctaw Nation, and he and his family were all enslaved by Choctaw Chief Peter Pitchlynn. Yes, he was enslaved to Choctaw Chief Peter Pitchlynn. But Choctaw Chief Peter Pitchlynn was on some smart shit, because what he was doing was enslaving his family. I mean, I know it sounds wrong, but he would enslave them so other motherfuckers didn't come in and enslave, you feel me, the family and take them away and be doing a whole bunch of crucial, weird ass shit to them. Now, I have proof of that. I'll show you. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Go to tree. Why is my tree not turning? Okay, there you go. Alright, so when we go to my tree, let's exit that bullshit out. We're gonna look for Andrew, Randall, Mary, Sophia. Boom, Sophia. Profile, who is this? This is my 5th grandmother. So this is my 5th grandmother, or I guess 6th grandmother. Who is her kids? How do you tell who her kids is? Oh, boom, right here. Peter Perkins Pitchlynn. So if Peter Perkins Pitchlynn was, you feel me, my grandmother's son, that makes him my uncle, right? So that makes him the uncle to my grandfather as well, right? So all his slaves were his family. Why is that? Shit. So we wasn't out and about getting the gruesome shit done to us. That's why. Alright, now it says Randall's father, Hannibal Butler, and his mother was Mary Butler. She's actually Mary Pitchlynn. But, was she Mary Folsom or Mary Pitchlynn? I can't exactly remember. But, okay, yeah. Randall's father was Hannibal Butler, and his mother was Mary Butler. And they were both enslaved by Choctaw Chief Peter Pitchlynn. Yes, that is true. See that, Randall? And then slave of Peter Pitchlynn. His own goddamn uncle. But that's cool, though. That's cool. Now look right here. This is where some fuckery tries to go on in my family. Well, this motherfucker, Randall Butler, tried to do some shit to my grandmother. Let me see. Shelby Butler right here. By saying she was dead. Feel me? Her tribal enrollment place was in Texas. She was owned by Judge Wooten. Or Wooten. However the fuck you want to say that shit. Now, this motherfucker tried to play like his last son by her didn't exist. And he deemed her dead when this motherfucker died 10 years before her. So as he's telling the Choctaw Nation that she's dead, that Shelby Butler is dead, she's very much well alive and probably was either pregnant with his baby or then already had the baby and got married to the next nigga. And she started raising him as a Ingram or Ingram, however the fuck you say that shit. So yeah, my family's supposed to be Butlers versus Ingrams. I remember that. And I got a little bit of that story from my cousin on the phone and on Facebook a couple months ago from my cousin and her son. I'll show that shit to y'all too. Because I was kind of confused. Like, why is this right here, you feel me, is saying that this is Joe's mother. You feel me? Right here, you see Joe. It's saying that it's Joe's mom. See, look. He's number 3. 1, 2, 3. When you go down here, it says number 3 died in August 12th, 1902. I don't know if y'all can see that. But yeah, number 3 died August 12th, 1902. Can't really read this right here. I'm still learning. I should try to find some type of app that'll clear it up. But yeah, if somebody know how to do that shit, let me know. So yeah, there go a little story about how my family is enslaved by my family. On top of what else? What else did I just tell y'all? Oh yeah, on top of how this motherfucker Randall Butler tried to say that. Oh yeah, I didn't even read that to y'all. Let me read this shit to you. Now it says, in the matter of the application of Randall Butler to the commission of the 5 civilized tribes at, what is that? Alikchi Indian Territory, April 22nd, 1899, for enrollment as a Choctaw freedman and being duly sworn by Commissioner Needles and examined by him, whatever this shit says. He testified as follows. What is your name? Randall Butler. How old are you? 49. Who is your master? Peter Pitchlin. Was he a Choctaw or Chickasaw? He's a Choctaw, but he has actually a Chickasaw roll number because he was born to the Chickasaws. People don't know that shit, but I just taught y'all something about my uncle. Okay. Have you always lived in the Choctaw Nation? Not all together. Well, tell us about it. As near as I can recollect about it, I left here when I was about 14 years old after I was freed. How long did you live here after you were turned loose? About 15 years or more. And then where did you go to? Texas. How long did you live in Texas? 4 or 5 years, I reckon. How long have you been living here the last time? We registered here in the year 1885 and afterwards registered in 1896 and came back and been here ever since. Are you married? Yes, sir. What is your wife's name? Lavinia. Is she a stateswoman? No, sir. A stateswoman, just means an American, as an American citizen. No, sir, because she was part of the Choctaw Nation. Let me see. How long have you been married to your last wife? About 11 or 12 years. Now listen to that shit. His last wife he was married to about 11 or 12 years, right? Now right here it says, who does she belong to? Old man Lorenzo Harris. Now this right here is some crazy shit because this right here, everything I'm talking about, is on my father's side. Now Lorenzo Harris is a slave owner, a Choctaw slave owner that's on my mother's side. Not on my mother's side, but he was owning slaves, you feel me, on my mother's side. So my father's side and my mother's side got like probably a little bit of something to do with each other. But then again, all Choctaws do have the same blood, so oh the fuck well. Have you gotten any children? Yes, sir. Look, what is the oldest name? Joe. See that shit? The oldest kid's name is Joe. That's what he's telling the commissioner guy. Now that shit right there, it is the truth, but it ain't the truth. Wait, hold on. Is Andrew younger than Joe? Yeah, Andrew's born after Joe, so it is the truth. Okay, now it says, is Joe a child of your first wife? Yes, sir. Now let's go on to the next page. This is where it starts to get interesting. Who was her master? Judge Wooten, right? Right, Judge Wooten. Didn't it say Judge Wooten? Let's go back. Shelby Butler. He deemed her dead. Enrollment place, Texas. He saw all that shit. It checked out, except the dead part. Judge Wooten. Yep, that shit checks out. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. It says, how old is Joe? 21. Was Joe 21? Yes, he was. It says, what is the next oldest name? Johnny. Johnny is not the next oldest. The next oldest is actually Andrew. But something happened between motherfucking my grandma Shelby and my grandfather Randall for him to be deeming her and him dead, basically. You feel me? Or not even basically. That's what the fuck he did, because that's what it says on the papers, that she's dead. Now it says, are the rest of your children by your last wife, are they? Yes, sir. Randall Butler. I have one child they claim is mine. You see that? You see he started to feel like a little guilty or some shit, probably. Because he know they probably was going to find this nigga. Why? Because he's telling them that the motherfucking mother is dead when she's well alive. You feel me? That shit is crazy. Now it says, who is its mother? She is dead. See that shit? Now right here it says, is the mother a stateswoman? Yes, sir. So he's telling the truth, but he also lied because she has Indian paperwork and she has states paperwork. You know, so he halfway lied, halfway didn't lie. Well, I guess stateswoman would probably just mean an Indian born outside of, you feel me, their Indian country, their original Indian country. And were you never married to her? No, sir. You feel me? So he's lying again, saying he wasn't even married to her. When that's really not even the truth, because we got the records, motherfucker. Well, that settles it. We cannot enroll it. Enrolled Randall Butler and his wife, and his wife and 5 children as Choctaw freedmen. You see that? So that's what they did. It says enrolled Randall Butler and his wife and 5 children as Choctaw freedmen. So that don't mean he went up there trying to say, oh yeah, I'm a freedman. No, he didn't do that. He went up there talking about I'm Choctaw. Now, what else she got to say? Well, yeah, it don't really matter what else she got to say. Now, how is this nigga an Indian and not an African? I'm going to show you, if I didn't already. I got a terrible memory. But yeah, let's just go to this family tree, this green family tree. Alright, so look. We don't need to see that right now. We're going to see Randall Butler. We see him. That's him right there. We're going to click him. Who the fuck is he to me? It's my 3rd great-grandfather with his lying ass. Alright, let's go back. Okay, so his mother will be Mary Pitchland, right? She married Hannibal Butler. So on this side, Mary Pitchland is probably what? I don't know, 25% Choctaw. Why? Because Colonel John Pitchland, it says Colonel John Choctaw Itikana, the Choctaw's friend, Pitchland. So that's who he was. Now, we don't need to see his profile at all. I just need to show you guys that he was a white man. And then you have Sophia, which is half a white man and half an Indian woman. Why I say that? Because her father is a white man. Let's pull that down. Profile. Ebenezer Folsom. And then her mother is a Choctaw. People say her name is Natika Tehani, but that's not. Because in one of my family diaries, it talks about my grandmother's name is Hotia. So I put that there. You feel me? For motherfuckers can know. Her name is not Natika Tehani. But for everybody that's putting Natika Tehani, put this for her first name, Hotia. Now, there go how, you feel me, he's a Choctaw, not an African. When you go back after her, you see, who is this profile? That's her, Imohoyo. And then we go back one more. Oh no, what I do? What I do? What I do? Then we have my 8th great grandfather. Yeah, then we have my 8th grade. Yeah, this nigga right here, he was a cold motherfucker. He was signing treaties. He was actually the one who proposed the treaties for these motherfuckers. You feel me? I forgot exactly how to say the words, but him and his tribe, they was who was writing that shit. These white people did not write that shit. All right, now what else am I supposed to be showing y'all? Cause I'm getting tired. But yeah, this is my Choctaw side of my family. Well, one of my Choctaw sides, I got a couple. And this one, she's a Creek Indian. But, yeah, my bloodline is strong with the Choctaws. We in that bitch. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. I don't know who uploaded this motherfucker. Let's see if I can see who uploaded this. It says Judy originally shared this. You see this? I got white cousins and shit. Is she white? I don't know. Let's try to click her and see. Yup, she white than a motherfucker. But it's okay. Damn, she got a lot of shit. But yeah, that's not what I came here for. But yeah, I'm gonna show y'all some shit with my cousins that I was going through. Right now, right here. Okay, right here I was talking to my cousin. She was telling me, you know, about these things. I was talking to her on the phone. Then I called her son as well. But hold on, I think her son was first. Yeah, hit her son up. I hit her up. She didn't answer for a couple months. And then, so yeah, that's how that went. Yeah. Alright, so look. Right here, I hit him up. I was like, cousin, I got a question. He said, what's that? I said, do you know which one of our grandparents was Choctaw and which one was Cherokee? And then I put great-grandparents, because my grandma and his grandma are sisters. So it would be our great-grandparents. One of them's a Choctaw and one of them was Cherokee. So, yeah, that's because my grandmother, she always, well, not always, but she said she was half Choctaw and half Cherokee. When that ain't even the real numbers. But yeah. He said, my mom knows the breakdown. I just know Nana was Choctaw. And Nana would be my great-grandmother. Then I put what's Nana's name because I only know, you feel me, her nickname. I put that shit in Ancestry and, well, yeah, I put her nickname in Ancestry and nothing was popping up for me for a while and shit. But yeah, I showed him some shit, what I got, who I found, everything. Showing him that, you know, all these old ass pictures, they look like, you know, people in our family today. And he was telling me, yeah, that's what's up, that's true. And then I had hit her up and she said, sorry, I'm just seeing this. See, that had to have been February, April, March. So she seen this shit, or 1 month later after, you feel me, I sent that shit to her son and her. But she said, sorry, I'm just now seeing this. I have always taken precautions because my mom never shared a lot of history with us. I don't know any of our family really in Oklahoma. My mom never really went back home. She went through things as a child and left home, and she never wanted to talk about it. So I don't have much info. My cousin Mary probably would. She's in Oklahoma City. I put, does she have a number? She gave me the number. I said, is this my cousin as well? She said, yeah, she was named after your grandma. She was your grandma's oldest brother's Webb's daughter. But yeah, this right here is my Uncle Weber. Like Webber, Weber. So that's Weber's daughter that I got in contact with, and I've been talking to ever since. You know, getting more about the culture and shit and everything I need to know.